I forgot to show you how many onions went to seed. Most of our onions went to seed, as well as the beet. This year everything just went to seed, and I was wondering, then I asked myself whether, what was the problem? Was it the cold, extreme cold, or was it extreme the winters? We didn't have an extreme cold winter, but I realized later as I spoke to my creator that no, you are giving them too little water. So then most of it went to seed, but I'm glad it was time to collect seed for me. So I won't be buying onion seed anymore, and I have some beets here that also tend to seed, you see. So meaning we won't be buying any beet seed for, yeah, no, I must create some heirlooms here, because yeah, as long as they grow true to the parent that I sowed to produce this seed, then we'll have heirlooms. We don't have to buy seeds anymore. Something else that also, let me pause a little. Something that also produced a lot of seed was the broccoli. Actually, we didn't get any broccoli harvest. Everything that I planted turned to seed. You see, look at the seed pods, and they're so huge. So this will be my first collection of broccoli seeds. So I believe I've learned my lesson also, that not to be too stingy with water. I was a bit too stingy. I watered our gardens only once in every 7 days, and I think that was not enough, so I must do something better the coming season. But I'm glad that I could collect some seeds. And the carrots I did harvest. We had some carrots, and those are the carrots. Those white flowers that you see on the camera are carrot flowers that has turned to seed. They're about to turn to seed. So I'm also glad I'll be collecting carrot seeds. So Mzantsi, kuyadliwa apha. Look at my apple tree there. Our apple tree, yes. And the herbs also, they're volunteering in this garden. I'm telling you. Huh? Look at that. They're still part of the broccoli team and the celery. So I'm about to clear these beds because I need to transplant all my peppers and my tomatoes. There's our sunflower, and the spinach is still there. The beet here also is a lot of seed. Phew, yeah, I will need a lot of people to share the seeds with, eh? So anybody who will need some seeds next year, just let me know if you in the vicinity, and if you prayed well about it, perhaps God will have us send you somewhere here in Mzantsi. Yes, if I tell you these herbal trees, they volunteer everywhere. This one has gone to seed. So once it goes into seed, whatever falls in here, it means the next coming season we'll be having a lot of these trees again. So some of them I have to pluck out because they're taking up a lot of space. And over there we're having our mustard seed. It's the mustard spinach. It has also gone to seed, and we have had a wonderful harvest this year of mustard spinach, and we're still harvesting some at the back. And we have another apple tree over there, and over there next to the apple tree there, it's another broccoli one that has gone to seed. So here are some onions again. Have a closer look. Let me show you my seed trays. I don't buy seed trays. Actually, I couldn't afford them, but now God said to me, but use what you have. Every time that I need something and I speak to him, he says, use what you have. And you see these bricks, these the ones that we use for the boundary of the garden. These are filled with some potting soil, some with cow manure, and some of my compost. And this is where I grow. I have my seeds in, and when they germinate, then we have our seeds to transplant. Look at it, look at it. Here we have some of them, you can see. There's a volunteer onion, because here I was planting, sowing. What was I sowing here? Oh, it's cabbage. I think the cabbage seed that I bought also had some onion. And here are pepper seeds. You can look closely and see them. These are my seed trays. So you don't have to buy everything that you use. Go to the shop and John 10:10, the devil came to steal and destroy. Yes, I understand that other people have to make business, but you don't have to spend money that you don't have to go and buy seed trays. Use what we have to produce your seed trays, to produce your plants, to grow your plants. Because here we have some lettuce over here. Sown here we have basil, sweet basil, and we have beets. The coriander is also here. There's a lot of plants that I put in here. So this is what you can use if you want to save money or any other thing, not just bricks. You can make a plan, you know. Yeah, it's workable, man. Yes, man. These things, they can get you to where you're going without having to spend money. So I'm growing food but spending less money on things that I have to purchase. Over here is some cabbage. There's my tomato that I've transplanted, and it's an indeterminate, meaning it's growing bigger. I need to look at the stick, it's very short. I need to put in poles. I don't know where I'm going to get it, but as I said, you don't have to spend what you don't have. Make a plan, find something. I'll find something because they're going to grow bigger. Normally I would also put a tomato plant next to a tree like this one. Like last year we had trees here and they produced, and you just tie them to the tree. I do have 2 or 3 that I've planted around this tree. So this year they'll be growing at least, and the higher they can go, the more fruit they can give you. So we still have garlic over there. Yeah, so very soon, in a month or 2, I think we'll be harvesting garlic. When I clear up the garden, it's one of the things that I cannot clear until it also dries up. Just like the onion, it will show you it gets like sort of dehydrated on the leaves when they turning brown, yellow, and you know your onions are good to go. So for some of us, these green leaves we also use, so we just look for a sign that it's closer, then we use them, especially the onion. The garlic, I only ate the scapes, and the leaves I don't normally bother, but I think it's a project that we'll look into the next coming season. Yeah, the fennel has also gone to seed. Most of these things just went to seed. Yeah, and we have some leeks also that side. They also went to seed. So I'm telling you, it's just everything went to seed. And the spinach is also going to seed. So won't be buying spinach seed. Thank you, Jesus. This is what you get if your garden is this. The presence of the Lord isn't here. Behind the trouble, that's my compost space. If you see that iron piece there, what do you call it, lisenkeleo? That's my compost seed. I'm in place there. Yeah, compost. It's not a heap yet because we've dug a hole and we've been throwing things in there. So these days we need to turn it over just to have the oxygen move around. When they get oxygen, then the faster they will get to maturity. Yeah, that's the pumpkin and the cucumber heap over there. And I've also sown, not actually sown directly, but transplanted tomato into those heaps. And we have cabbage as well. So beetroot, everything that grows, and there's a space and there's good soil. I'm here to produce food, so I'm doing what I have to do, how I have to do it. In this bag is also compost material. You know, when people clean their yards and they the rubble, not plastic bags, but I'm talking about organic material like the grass. When they cut the grass, they cut their trees and the leaves that they collect in their yards. That is your compost material. That is what you can use in the garden. It's food for your soil. It's food. That is food for the soil. So the soil will be happy. It will smile back to you. Look at this heap. This is the soil that comes from that hole that we dug over there. But imagine, it was done around June, July, but already it's producing a heap. Look at the food over here. Because all that I did, I'm throwing some more rubbish here, some more dirt. When I'm talking about rubbish dirt, I'm talking about organic material, leaves, tree leaves, grass, you name it. Anything that grows is what I use back to the soil, back to Eden. We are imitating the forest. Have you seen in the forest, trees grow, and when they grow, their leaves fall. When their leaves fall, they cover the soil. The soil needs to be covered. Don't leave your soil just bare. That's why I'm saying collect these things that I've just spoken about. You don't leave your soil bare. You cover your soil. So when you're mimicking the forest, that's what God did. Okay, we're following that. The tree will, the leaves will fall from the tree, and it will cover the soil. And in turn, those leaves, as time goes on, they get exposed to the sun and rain and whatever, and then they what is the word now? Diabola man. Yeah. When they rot, then that what they produce, worms come, and when worms come, they eat that, and they aerate your soil. How do they aerate your soil? They are as excretions, ne? Is what produces nutrients to the plants, but as they move beneath your soil, yeah, and they're very territorial as well. As they move beneath the soil, that way air goes into your soil and your soil becomes lighter. So the more worms in one place, one of your garden spaces, then you know that your soil is very fertile. So you must also plant some trees, because I'm planting a lot of trees. Yeah, and trees also help us in drought times. Then you won't struggle because they keep water for long. So at least the plants can get their nutrition from the water that comes from that the trees were holding back. The roots of the trees actually were holding back. So Mzantsi, that's what I'm talking about. So this is the video that I'm shooting for you today. So let's get to the onion. I don't know if I captured everything, because it seems like this phone is giving me trouble somehow. By God's grace, what you see, it will make you happy. Yeah, here are our peppers. I might be repeating this because there's a time when the phone went dead, but I overwintered some peppers. Ne? We'll make videos. I'm in the beginning, so I'm just doing things haphazardly. Oh, these are our, look at the flowers. Yes, beautiful. Ne? Yeah, so they are pest repellents. Some of the pests that destroy our plants. Although we try to coexist, because I'm not trying to kill them by herbicides or anything, but I'm just trying to deter them. Like you plant onions, and there are some that doesn't like the smell of onions next to whatever plant that you may be planting. Maybe it's something that eats beets, but it gets the smell of onion, or the smell of garlic, or the smell of this hemp. Then it will be deterred, go away. So we want bees. Yes, bees will help us with the pollination. And some of them, when they eat a little, we manage. So we allow them to go ahead. The onions, look at this onion. Oh, the stalk. There's a stalk. Look at the stalk. The stalk. I hope you can see it. Yeah, it's getting thicker, the carrot stalk that goes up, and you know it's going to seed. So you don't have to pluck it if you need seed. But if you don't need the seed, as soon as you see it, you pluck it out and make your carrot salad or whatever you do with it, or stew, or into the yeah. We have some beets in between. We have cucumber here, some pumpkin, and you can see that, and the potatoes over there. These potatoes, yeah, look at that. I'm only, when I plant potatoes, I've learned, God has taught me, you don't use the whole potato. I need a potato for chips or something else. So I get the peel, because all the soil needs is the peel. With that lump, there's a small lump that would grow. That lump is that is your seed, your potato seed actually. So I plant that, and we grow. I'm gonna make a follow-up video showing you our potatoes at the back. I'm telling you, from only peel, no potato. Yes, Spinach, amatapula. So I put the potatoes in the garden. No, unless you don't know what happens one of these days. If it happens that way, then it will happen. But as for now, we're using the peels, no waste. Yeah, because we need food. So this is our video. And you think, have I shown you the potatoes over there? Oh, this is a pile, a compost pile again, that I need to take over there. But don't worry about it. Some more potatoes. These were also peels that I put in last year, and they grew. I think it was towards winter, and what happened was, when it started getting cold, that's when they died back. But they came back with a bang, and I'm telling you, if I can, hey, it's just, I'll show you with the back ones how nice those potatoes look. Even this, when we harvest, we'll show you some. And those are the volunteers of the peach trees. So anybody who needs a peach tree is the loose pepper. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the honey bunch or something, those expensive ones. I've only bought one tree this year. Yeah. Should I tell you how I bought that tree? Actually, I bought the peach. When I buy the peaches, that's when I buy a tree, and I take the peaches and I grow myself another tree, and I have my tree. But they say, I was told by one elderly man here in Kimberley, if you intend to get fruit from your peach tree, do not suck the pip after eating the fruit. Just eat the fruit and leave whatever is left on the pip, and that's what you put in the ground, in your soil, to germinate. Then you'll get a tree that produces fruit. But these ones, it was actually the peaches. When I started planting, it was one peach tree that I got from my home, right where I grew up in Kimberley, and I put it at the back of the house, and it was neglected for some time, but it kept on going because God had plans with this garden. So now, these are the babies, because everywhere the pips fall, they produce. So I have lots. I can even open a nursery. You guys come and buy, man. Oh, yes. And yeah, we have some kale over here. Kale, cucumber. This is wild garlic. I don't know what it's called, but you can see it has also gone to seed. So meaning, if I don't remove some of it, we'll be having lots and lots. And those are the marigolds, the ones that were so yellow and beautiful over there. They also volunteers. I didn't plant them, but can you see the, what do you call it? The lettuce, man. Look at our lettuce. For the first time, we're gonna have lots and lots of lettuce. I have smaller seedlings, and look at this. I must just remove these marigolds. They're just overcrowding my plants, except the potato. Look at the potato there. So we're having lots of potatoes, and we have some radishes there. See now, look at them. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, yes, there, and yeah, some beans as well. And the celery is volunteering all over the place. Some beans, some garlic. There's an onion that I see lurking somewhere here. The English giant rape, kimoroho, ne? We're having it here as well. Oh, some of these weeds, I know people have problems in seeing the weeds. Medicinal. Don't just, if you pay attention, you'll get your healing from the land. But this one, it's a bit poisonous. So this one, when I see it, I pluck it, or else I've not learned its medicinal use yet. Somebody help us, advise us over there. If you know something, tell me about it. Some more letters over there. When I told you about the soil has to be covered, look at this grass. Do you know where I found it? There's a park, not swimming pool, not so far from here, about 5 to 600 meters away from our house. So when we were passing there, and they have just cleaned the swimming pool park, and I saw that, so I went to ask for that, and they gave me. So this is cover for my soil. So cover your soil, whatever that you get, cover. You don't have to buy. If you have money, you can go to the nurseries and all these places and buy mulch. They call it mulch. Yeah, whatever mulch, or chicken bedding, use it as mulch, or lucerne. Others who have access to lucerne, to any kind of grass, and you cover your soil with. But leaves are most acceptable also. So a lot of things are good. You can mulch your plants with your soil. Mulch your soil. You can see here, this soil is covered. I'm doing my best. It didn't start out this way, but you learn as you go, as you continue with this journey. Go to the bookstores. If you don't have money, I would go there and just read. There's Google, there's the internet, search for information. There's YouTube videos where you learn from others. I also learned a lot from other people. So I must say God's grace is good, and we thank Him for this. Thank you, Mzantsi, for this time. See you next time. This is me signing out. Ha! Musadi wa Africa. Bye-bye.